Cloud Skipper has asked me a question. He says, "No offence is intended, but can I please just ask you, Darrell, how did you go from this belief that we are all one to the left-hand path, which one of its most fundamental beliefs is that we are individualists and encourages the growth or nourishment of ego?" Definitely no offence taken. That is, in my opinion, a top question, because the journey that I've been on from, first of all, religion, weaving in and out through atheism, and then finally to this idea that everything is just one. I suppose you'd call it pantheism if you had to put a name on it. And then from that to the left-hand path. I haven't let go of this pantheistic view that everything is one. Not at all. It may seem like it's not compatible with the left-hand path, but it is. And I'll attempt to explain that. You see, when you come to a very deep understanding that everything is one, which I did, about 2.5 years ago now, you start to develop a sense of morality that says, well, if I look at another person and I understand that that person is me, that all awareness is the same awareness, that there are no separate souls as such, well then, why would I ever want to harm that person? Because that would be like harming yourself. And we all know that, one of the greatest instincts we have is the instinct for self-preservation. So if you can come to an understanding that you are not only yourself in this body-mind construct, that you are everyone else that you meet, all awareness is the same awareness, everything is one, in different states of expression, if you like. So you end up, the natural way is to try and take this love everyone approach. But then, you understand also that it's not just human beings we're talking about here. We're saying everything is one. The entire dualistic universe is one under the surface. It's like one big organism. All the separateness that we see in things is just a time-based phenomenon. So when you get right down to it, there's just this one big, I don't know, maybe the right word is singularity, I'm not sure. This one big thing that is beyond space and time that is holding this whole dualistic construct together. So, the natural position seems to be everybody matters. Everything matters because everything is you. So you wouldn't hurt a fly, if you know what I mean. And I guess this might lead some people to become vegetarians. So you've got this one approach to things which says everything matters. But there's also an entirely opposite way to look at this that seems to be equally valid. And it's the sense that if everything is one, then nothing really matters. For instance, if I am dying, and if I'm lying on my deathbed and there's another person there comforting me, and I have the awareness that that person is me, their awareness is my awareness, what does it matter if my awareness disappears? What does it matter that I die? Because I will continue to live in that person. In fact, in every person, past, present and future, for all eternity. Everything is one. You see what I mean? Nothing really matters. So in one sense everything matters, and in another sense nothing matters. And I think that is actually reflected in the natural world. For instance, you take, every species is out for its own survival. And sometimes, well, I would say, maybe all the time, that survival entails taking energy from another species. And even if a particular animal is vegetarian, is a herbivore, as they're called, you're still taking energy from living things which are themselves trying to survive, plant life. Okay, it's not animal life, but it's still life. So there's this constant stealing of energy that is in the natural world. Now you can kind of go one of two ways with this. You can say the way the natural world is, with all its killing, is a reflection that something went metaphysically wrong with the world in the distant past. And that's really the underlying basis of, your Garden of Eden scenario. And I would say it's the underlying basis of maybe much of what constitutes religion across the planet. The idea that you're not okay as you are naturally, you need something else added to you to make you complete. You need some other understanding implanted in order to fix this problem that is rooted in the distant past. You can go that direction with things, but I think that is a totally faulty myth. The alternative to that, which we know a lot about through our modern science, is that this dance of energy, this taking and receiving, is something that is expressed at every fractal level of the whole universe. It's not a predicament that is just related to mankind or just related to man and the animal kingdom. It's the entire universe. You think of stars. Stars are giving out energy, and that energy is going places, doing stuff. I mean, in particular to our planet, if we did not have the energy that the sun was giving out, the earth would not survive. And that whole energy dance is taking place across the entire universe. Now that's macrocosmically. You go down to microcosmically, you go down to cellular life, and what do you see? Again, you see this fight going on. I mean, we've all seen, germs under a microscope. We've all seen the combat that takes place at a cellular level. So, there you have that dance of energy expressed in that really, really small level. Now let's go to the halfway point. Let's take a look at creatures and their interactions. Why would it be any different for biological creatures? We require energy to survive, therefore we have to take it. And if you take both of those moral stances into account, this idea that everything matters in one sense and nothing matters in another sense, what you have is that very principle, that sort of paradoxical principle is expressed in the natural world. You get every species acting both cooperatively and adversarially. We've got these meat machines, if you like, and they wear out over time and they need replaced. So that is why we couple with others of our kind and we give birth to new meat machines who carry this on. And this takes place across the whole animal kingdom. So that's how we work. It sounds crude to put it in those terms, but that's how things work. And it's natural. We have to act cooperatively because we have a sense that we matter. And the old phrase, no man is an island. The species dies out if the species can't cooperate with itself. And yet we know that we need energy to survive. So we look around us and we behave adversarially to other species primarily in order that we will survive.